Hey guys, this is Camfrey15. Back with another video for you guys. Joined with my co-host, the Red Wolf.
What's up?
Like I said, we'd be here Sunday, even though it's later in the Sunday, for My Hero Academia, episode 17, I believe. No, I need to check my theme. No, it is episode 17. What the hell am I talking about? Where we're back with more Keeping Up with the Todorokis. And this time, friends get involved and makes things kind of awkward. You know, I hate it when you go over to a friend's house and then you just have family squabble. Kind of embarrassing.
Yes, I know all about that.
Yeah, so, saying not much happened in the episode other than kind of the disagreement we see in this episode. And then the Toya Todoroki face reveal from the image.
Who is that? I'm curious. Who is that?
I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut. I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut. They explain who that is in the manga. So I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. Same goes to other manga people for the comment section. Do not spoil the identity of Toya Todoroki, please and thank you.
I have a few ideas on who might that be, but I'm not gonna say.
If you are, just put spoiler warning and just keep hitting enter till it says like read more or something. But other than that, please do not spoil the identity of Toya Todoroki from my anime only fans. But
Self included.
yes. But like not much happened in this episode. It was mostly like flashbacks, just recalling some Todoroki drama. So we kind of start the episode off of where Deku, Shoto, and Bakugo are getting ready for the morning. Bakugo doesn't like getting up super early in the morning, and Vernon's roasting him yet again.
Yes.
Well, if Vernon was a little bit slightly younger, around the same age as Bakugo, I definitely ship that.
Well, they do have that energetic energy.
But personally, if you ask me who I ship Bakugo with, it's probably Kami.
I can see that, but then again, they don't really have a lot of moments.
Yeah, but the little training, trying to get their license arc thing kind of made sense because she always talked up to him and stuff like that. I messed with him, so I guess I ship it. But who knows? We'll see. I don't even know if if Kami's going to appear. Apparently, in the current alliteration right now, what's going on in the manga, it would make sense with what's going on. I'm not going to say the story, but I'm just going to say if they don't bring back old characters with what they're going back in the manga, then it would make no sense. But I'm going to keep that to myself. But we see the same thing we saw 2 weeks ago, not last week in the filler episode, that seemingly everybody was very, and I mean very pissed off about. I'm not gonna blame you if you were pissed off about the filler episode. I said in my review, I was fine with it, but at the same time, I was kind of like, why? So I can understand why people are pissed. And again, I can understand why people feel the way, why are they sacrificing for a movie when they could be catering to the main series. I know. We all have those complaints when there's a My Hero Academia movie. You're coming out if are close to the release of the movie, release of a movie during the same time the anime is going on. Happened with season 4. It's happening here again. Even though they said Heroes Rising would be the last movie of My Hero Academia they would do, but I said it last week. If Heroes Rising made them a lot of money, of course they're gonna make another movie. They'd be stupid not to. Now I definitely believe after this they can't make any more fucking movies. I'll say this: after season 5, there's really no way you can make another My Hero Academia movie, and especially the fact that the My Hero Academia movies seem canon to the storyline.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they fit. They can literally fit in the timeline.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Um, but we see Deku, Bakugo, and Shoto try to do the whole try to catch a villain before Endeavor does it, and what happens?
Endeavor is just too fast.
Yes, he's like, you guys slightly improved, but you're still not there yet.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially, Endeavor's like, okay, you guys take off, go home or something like that, and go relax and chillax. I'll stay out here and just do my job. But Endeavor gets a text from Shoto's older sister Fuyumi about having dinner,
Mm-hmm.
as well as meeting the friends. So that's what happens this episode. So we get keeping up with the Todoroki, as well as when Endeavor, before he goes back to his house, we kind of get flashbacks about the apparent war arc that's going to be coming, and then more thinking about obviously his the drama going on into the family with, essentially you can say, Endeavor abusing Shoto and, well, his wife Rei, Todoroki, and again, pretty dark stuff. Again, you can clearly see when you had the whole scene where Rei just turns around and sees Shoto, and then she's just lost her mind because of the abuse. Good God. Let's just say I don't want to see that scene again, because they show her face when she turns around. She's like, and I'm like, oh, God. So yeah. But Deku and Bakugo, they get introduced to Fuyumi, his sister, and even Natsuo later on. We find out that Fuyumi, she's a kindergarten teacher, she's a school teacher, so that's nice to know. So obviously she's a teaching person, and we just kind of get to this point where it's kind of like, I believe, like early this arc, or no, it was like early this season where it's just another dinner scene in that same household, and things kind of get awkward where Natsuo is like, you know what, fuck this, I'm done, I can't handle this, I tried to help you, sister, but I can't, not with him right there. And he just walks out.
You made it even more dramatic than he did.
Yeah, and I think we can both agree the funniness in the scene was like Deku and Baku are like, oh, this is awkward.
Mm-hmm.
And they do it 2 times as well. But clearly it's like we know Natsu definitely is like, I don't like my dad. I really don't, for what he did in the past. And look, I can understand how he feels. If you had an abusive dad, you probably would not try to forgive him whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I know it's kind of a freaking child's type of thing, but it's not it's someone similar to Lucy's dad from Fairy Tail, just a little bit worse in My Hero Academia.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of things in Fairy Tail are a little more toned down than most other animes.
Yeah. But he definitely leaves. Bakugo kind of makes a comment. He's like, why the hell did you invite me and Deku if you were having these family issues? Like, we could have just stayed at his hotel in, like, agency and just slept there, and we could have had dinner. Why bring us here to this family drama? Because, let's be honest, it's kind of embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. And then, like I said, this review is kind of gonna be short because, yes, you can kind of go into the psychological elements and stuff like that, but not really much happened. But Deku does talk to Shoto, and he does tell him, like, hey, dude, look, I know something clearly is going on, and definitely it's none of my business, but you definitely look like a person that wants to forgive your father for what he's done. You just have to wait for the time to do it. But I'm just here to tell you, it's okay to just do it, and stuff like that. Which I think was a pretty nice thing Deku said. And I also forgot to mention too, Fuyumi, the sister, actually said, "Listen, there is times where I can't stand my dad either. I feel the exact same way as Natsu does," which is actually pretty eye-opening to feel that. But I feel like the sister is that type of person in the family that she knows what the family member did was wrong and really wrong, but she's trying to do with all her power to try to keep the family together and try to get it to where it's one happy, stable family to where they can move on past this incident and everybody can forgive and then eventually, well, I wouldn't say forgive and forget, but always remember what happened in the past. Just move on past this issue.
Looking at this part of My Hero Academia, it's kind of reminding me of my situation with my little sister. How we're not even talking to each other anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just cut all types of there are stuff that she did that I can't really forgive her. Like the way she left and she kind of hurt my mother. I'm not gonna get into any more details because this is not a drama review.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I can relate to the Todorokis.
Yeah, I think I think this is pretty relatable in situations similar to this, to where maybe you have an abusive parent, or even in your case, just or another family member, to where, hey, sometimes maybe you can work something out and try to put that past mistake or issue behind you and try to have some sort of peace. Sometimes, I guess even in Natsu's case, you just can't find yourself to forgive that person, or you lose that respect to be like, you know what, I just can't be around you. And sometimes that happens, and you're just gonna have to move past that and just understand, hey, we have issues, we don't see eye to eye, and stuff like that. And sometimes there are some positions, whether it's family, friends, or any other stuff, sometimes there's never that forgiveness, never that closure there. So yeah, I think the only case in Natsu's case is, you just hope he doesn't have that so much hate in his heart, say if Endeavor were to die, where he would actually have at least a little bit of sympathy, to where he would maybe regret saying, I wish I said something different to my father. So who knows? But then again, some people in that situation will still feel the same exact way, even if somebody they hold dear, a family member, is passed away, because sometimes they just don't feel like, they're like, why should I forgive that? And that's kind of it. What was kind of, if you remember, what was the kind of end credit scene with?
What was that? Who was that? And what grudge do they have against Endeavor? Who was that? What was that on the manga, or is it just?
This was all in the manga. This is all canon. What you saw last week was nothing to do with canon. This is all back to original canon stuff.
Who was that?
I'll wait till next week.
Have you guys hit the like button yet?
And then one last thing I forgot to mention. There was a part in Endeavor's kind of just brain where he's thinking what if I just had a family where, we were just all together happy? And it was kind of just very emotional and very sad, where you see it to where all of Endeavor's family are just having a good old time, laughing and enjoying one another. And Endeavor wishes he could have that. But again, we know Endeavor's on his redeem/atoning for his problem he had in the past, for what he does. And again, just another step thing. And I will say, even though a lot of people have criticized how season 5 has been handled, which I can agree to a fault, but I don't think it makes it to where My Hero Academia is the worst season ever, like everybody's proclaiming it is. A lot of people are on board with the fact that they do like this Todoroki drama stuff. And then another ending to the episode is, we see where Endeavor's praying, and we see the shrine, and we see the picture of Toya Todoroki. Well, they say Toya died in a massive fire explosion.
Mm.
So,
Like I said, I have an idea on who it might that be, but I'm not gonna say it.
I won't spoil, but would you care to tell the audience who you think Toya could be?
No, I'd rather not say it for now.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna hold it in until I get more clues.
Yeah. Now in the flashback, when we see like Endeavor's kids playing in the little playground area, we see Toya have red hair. Now in this picture, it seems like he must have had some hair color change throughout his life, and it changed his hair to white. So he had red hair at one point, but then it changed white, like his mom. So we don't know. He's got white hair, blue eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I was very, very, very shocked that they showed that. I don't remember in the manga if they showed that shrine there, but definitely very interesting to say the least. But yeah, I think for one for all, I think I would say most people's speculation is that Toya is Dabi, because that's always been the theory that Dabi is secretly a Todoroki.
That's what I've been thinking actually.
So
I'm kind of doubting it also, because how did, I mean, I know it's been said that he's been like caught in a fire explosion, but for him to change up like that.
Yeah, I can understand why you would have your doubts, because in your case you'd be like, that would be just too obvious.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and then again, we don't know much about Dabi's backstory at all. So
Yeah, we don't know, but you do.
yes, I do. But, the thing is, that's wait for another time. But yeah, so next week it seems like Natsu's gonna get captured by a villain, and he wants Endeavor to say, or the villain wants Endeavor to try to save his son. The question is, if Endeavor does save his son, which I think we could see, but who knows what could happen. Maybe this might make Natsu maybe be on the path to be like unforgiveness, or maybe he's just like, you know what, still fuck you. So we'll just find out next week. But next week is episode 18. Another huge talking point before we leave is the fact that I don't know how many episodes we're gonna have in this season, but I think some people's worst fear, and even some of my worst fears, was the fact that they're catering so much to this Endeavor agency arc that it seems like what might happen is we might rush through My Villain Academia. And I don't know if people will like that.
Let's not be too hasty now. We don't know that might happen.
Yeah, listen, I said it last week. I said this. If everybody gets My Villain Academia and it's phenomenal, everybody will be saying season 5 was the best season of My Hero Academia yet. Because that's people who have instant reactions to episodes. I always said, wait for My Villain Academia, guys. It's going to come. Just be patient and wait. And when it happens, it happens. I've always said this. I will see at the end of this season if I thought season 5 was good. If I think season 5, so far, I think season 5 is pretty fairly good. A lot of people say otherwise, but that's people. That's mostly, I feel like that's coming from the people who are manga people who have been waiting for My Villain Academia for the longest time to be adapted into the anime. Some of it is anime only because they've heard what the manga fans have been saying about My Villain Academia, but listen, I've always said this. I said it last week. I'm going to say it again this week. Just be patient and wait. You'll get it soon. Now, when the whole season's over, and if I feel like, and if I see and feel like My Villain Academia is rushed, I'll say it. I'll say My Villain Academia I felt like was rushed. And I feel like instead of giving us filler episodes and starting this arc off with the Endeavor Agency arc, they should have just started My Villain Academia off and gave us maybe the last 3 to 4 episodes discussing the Endeavor Agency arc. But the reason why they did that is because, again, they wanted to avoid what they had in Heroes Rising, which was, we're having a movie come out, so we're gonna make sure our people know that this is taking place around the same time as the Endeavor Agency arc, and they're not missing absolutely nothing. So then people don't question, anime onlys don't question, should I go see this movie or should I not? But technically, I feel like knowing My Hero Academia, knowing the fact that we typically get Japanese movies later than the Japanese people do, I think we would have had enough time for My Villain Academia to come first, and then we get Endeavor Agency arc to close up the season. So I don't know why Studio Bones made the decision. Now looking back at it, I can say they could have just did My Villain Academia first, because we out here in the States and the West and even worldwide, we get the My Hero Academia movies probably like 2 or 3 months from when they are released in Japan. So they could have probably put My Villain Academia first, now looking at it. Because if My Hero Academia's world mission is coming out August in Japan, which is literally next week, I would say we would probably get My Hero Academia worldwide either late November, December, or even potentially January. It isn't like a quick turnaround like Dragon Ball, where with Dragon Ball, we got Broly a month after it released in Japan. But who knows, maybe My Hero Academia does that and like, hey, My Hero Academia World Mission's coming worldwide in September, which I'll definitely go see regardless. So yeah, but that's kind of it. Anything you want to say about the rest of this episode or video?
No, I think that's pretty much it. I have nothing to say about. I have nothing else to say.
Yeah, again, even though this video is kind of extended, we didn't really talk much, but it seems like we're gonna be talking a lot about next week. Other than that, we'll catch you guys in the next video. So till then, guys, hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day or night when you check out this video. Until then, guys, peace.